Hey guys, I'm the Coaster Key and welcome back to Sorcery. So last time we just kind of got our gear around, we got our magic spells, we got our sword, and we completely humiliated our former master, who then proceeded to call us a woman, but you know, we proved him wrong. So now we're going to finally get out of this starting area, and we're just going to go ahead and start off by approaching the gate. So here we go. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you, but you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the dop spell to be crafted. And he stands back, casts a spell. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, there's a lot of options though. Okay. What happens if I don't do dop? What happens if I do H? Oh. Oh yeah, this is the fire spell. Oh, okay, so we could burn down the door. Maybe not that. Let's see, we can do... We can zap down the door. That seems good too. Let's see, what else can we do? We can... I guess we've got D. Is there any other options? Okay. And that's the lock spell. Right, okay. So, we can burn the door. We can zap the door. Or we can do the right thing and just unlock the door, which requires the least stamina and would probably be the best choice. But, you know, I'm feeling the fire today. I'm feeling the fire. So we're just going to go ahead and burn this day down. This will have no consequences whatsoever, I think, because, you know, this door was locked, so that bandit's going to get in. This should be fine. You cast the spell, winding a fireball around your palms, and you release it at the door. The great wooden gate explodes into a flash of light. The Sightmaster laughs grimly. We will have to rebuild that before the goblins raid us, but I am pleased to see you have power. Be assured I do. The sergeant bows to you, awe in his eyes. He and his warriors will not soon forget you. Well, that's good, I guess. We're just gonna... That seems like a good choice. Together you step into the wreckage of the gate. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest place you can find. We will be watching. Wait, watching from where? That seems bizarre. From here. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You do not know how far he can see. Huh, well that's interesting. Shouldn't they know what lies ahead? This path leads first to Cantopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Cristani, but no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of devils. Beyond Kar, I cannot see so far, he says, but once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from Care too your progress will be watched. It is time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you in your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Well, that wasn't foreboding at all. This should be absolutely fine. Oh, rewind. Ooh, okay, so there is a thing here where you can rewind. And this is a unique part of the game because you can just decide, like, hey, you know, I didn't like the fact that I burned down that gate. I'm gonna go back and try unlocking it. And you can rewind infinitely in this game. But the thing is, for sake of having actual repercussions for my actions and not just chickening out, as long as I don't get stuck, I'm not gonna rewind. Mostly. I might have a few exceptions if certain things happen, but I'm gonna try not to rewind. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. Stupid creatures. They pose no threat, so you ignore them. Well, that was rude. Why are we calling the birds stupid? Crows are actually quite smart. I disagree with my character here. This seems dumb. Oh, what just happened to my stamina? That was 20 before. What? Barely an hour beyond the wall, the air begins to grow foul. The Shamonte Hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. I'm gonna cover my mouth. That doesn't seem good. You cover your mouth with your neck scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here, but for the moment you must be very careful. Okay, that doesn't seem like a good thing. Okay. Well, I guess, so we can either travel cross-country or go a low rise. Huh. Well, I would assume that most people would only see the low rise, so I am interested in what this does. So we're going to go ahead and travel cross-country. The path through Cantopani is long and winding, and you will lose a day. Instead, you turn off the path and strike north through the knee-high grass. The journey starts with a stiff climb that takes several hours, but from the top you have a good view of a plain and yellow grass, and just to the north of that, a little village of rude huts that do not look like human dwellings. To your left, a gigantic wall looms, throwing shadows that lap at your feet. Look back at the wall. Casting a glance up at its height, you see a familiar figure with his arm raised. He can see you, of course, and he is standing on the battlement so he can watch your progress. Time to strike on, then. The wind whispers through the long grass, beckoning you onwards. But there might be rats and worse in those fields, so you might be safer cutting across the river and following the bank. So there's the safe route, and there's the not safe route. Let's see. Well, we've been pretty chaotic today. I could hear you guys screaming from the other side of the screen. We're gonna go the not safe route. You wade through the shimmering grass, which gets longer and longer until first your boots and then your scabbards are lost from your view. Still, when Cantopani disappearing over the brow of the hill, you are making excellent time. Suddenly, you freeze. Up ahead, the grass is parting in coils and bends. The parting is moving. There is something there, and it's coming towards you. Well then, turning and running never seems like a good idea. This is going to be a bad idea. This is going to go bad no matter what I do. We're doing this. Great. Whatever it is, we'll find you ready. Alright, we're just going to wait. 3 strides, the hissing. Alright, we're drawing our sword. Yep, that's a big snake. That's a big snake. That's a big snake. Oh, that's a big snake. I don't like the snake. Okay, we're fighting. This'll be great. Okay, it's only got 5 stamina. This should be okay. It's gonna start out with an attack, but I should be able to overpower it even from the get-go. So you can see how much stamina they have over here. And as long as you're over that, you should be able to overcome them. So I'm going to go with just a nice old, like, 6.5. Ooh, I did not expect that. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, that doesn't seem good. That's bad news, bears. That's bad news. Okay, good. We overpowered it. Okay. Catching it unguarded. The terrible creature's suffering. It can barely hold up its neck. It's gonna defend, so we need to do a short jab. Okay. That hurt. That was not good. That was not a good thing. I just need to get a vital strike in. Okay, well, we killed it. That was not good. So here's the thing where you can try again. The kind of rewind feature. So, if I wanted, I could just go ahead, redo this fight, and keep redoing it until I lose no stamina. But as I mentioned, I don't really like that aspect of the game where you can just kind of keep doing it until you're perfect, and like, because it seems kind of like cheating. Like, if you're going to have repercussions for your actions, you should have repercussions. So in general, I'm not going to try again, so that counts even here. Let's search the serpent. If D&D has taught me anything, it's to always search the dead bodies. There is only one way to search the body. With your sword, you split it open, cutting through its long stomach. It's filthy work, but not unrewarding. For from the belly of the beast falls an arm bone with a skeletal hand attached, and in the grip of the hand is a small bag of coins. Ooh. Okay. Ow. You lift the gold from the palm, then snatch your hand back quickly. You have been burned by the stomach acid that has soaked through the leather of the bag, and it actually took some of my health. Ow. Take the coins, not the bag. Okay, that was good. You knock the coins free from the bag with the tip of your sword, sparing a little of your water to wash them clean, then slip the coins into your purse. And there is a long enough pause. You leave the serpent for the crows and make your way forward through the lengthening grass. Alright, this is such a good idea that we're doing right now. Such a good idea. You head onwards into the long grass, which gets taller and taller. The ground seems to slip away, but the plants are just as tall. Soon you can no longer see the wall above the nodding stems. A few paces later, you cannot see the way ahead at all. I am not a big fan of this at this point, but I am stupid. Use the shadows as a compass. Follow the rising ground, follow the level ground, or cast a spell. So, let's see what we have here. Ooh, a J. What does J do? J-L-G. J-I-G. What? Oh, what? Excuse me. Okay, I don't have a bamboo flute. I'm really sad that I don't have a bamboo flute. I really want to know what that does. I'm really sad now. Okay, B-I-G, big. Oh, I could make myself bigger to see over the grass. That's probably a good option. Yeah, that's probably a good option. We'll keep that in mind. What else do we have? Well, we have... Yeah, that summon star. Yeah, you know, that would be perfect because I'm already lost. So being more lost would be an absolutely brilliant idea. I think that's the what. That seems like a good thing to do. And then what's B? Oh yeah, B was big. And then I'm guessing H is hot. Yeah, to like burn your way through. Oh, there's another one. What's how? Find safe passage. That would probably be the correct option. But I'm going with big. I'm going with big. That has to be. Come on. Come on. That's just fun. Alright. You cast the spell. You cast the spell and begin to quickly grow in size until you are 3 times your normal height and tower above the grass. From here it is easy to see which way to go. You should take the level way and follow the curve of the hill to the river brink. Here we go. Sticking to the level ground, you stride quickly around the edge of the hill until you quickly emerge onto a path. Just as you do, the spell begins to wear off and you shrink back down to your normal size. Okay, I think this has been a good adventure on the not path, so we're just gonna go ahead and head back to the path. Alright, I feel safe here. Night has fallen, and it is too dark to make out much beyond the sparkle of the river and the glittering of what looks like a bonfire up ahead. Ooh. A bonfire. They might not like if someone just kind of waltzes into their camp. What spells do I have? Ooh. It actually gives me what the spells are. Well, that's useful. Ooh. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll look more into this later. Am I still not able to see what this is? Nope. Alright, so approach the bonfire or make camp. Let's go ahead and make camp. Making camp is part of your training, so you decide to stop. Better to sleep and set off early tomorrow. You find a group of rocks that form a natural hollow beside the bank of the stream and settle yourself inside, as comfortable as a dragon curling up on its gold. Before you decide to sleep, you check through your pack. You have 2 rations left. I should eat. You eat a quantity of your cheese and bread and feel better for it. Then you arrange your head on your pack and close your eyes. Eventually you drift off to sleep, soothed by the babbling of the stream. But a short while later you are awakened by a splashing noise. Let's sit up and look. Uh-oh. Looking for your shelter, you see 3 small, thin, man-like creatures. But they are certainly not men. Their skins glow with a dull red luminescence, and they have spindly fingers and limbs as if made from sticks. The 3 are throwing stones into the water. Every so often one chirps with glee, and a good shot sends a fish up towards the surface. From there, they seem to be able to draw the fish towards them using a magical force. They are so busy with their task that they do not seem to have noticed you. I mean, I've already sat up, so in some parts of me say just greet them boldly. Just be like, yeah, hey, I'm here. The other part of me says not to fight with magical beings that might kill me, so we're gonna sit still. Okay, let's try to sleep. What just happened? Oh gosh. Oh no, this is bad news bears right now. This is bad. So halfway between sleeping and waking, you feel the presence of your spirit, the cougar, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it is still pacing beside you. In the temple they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, and often save you from a certain death. But the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. Are you suggesting that I'm in such a bad conundrum that I should ask for aid? You are tied up on the floor of a hut, and you are not alone. Nearby you hear the scuffle of many feet. Why can't I look around and listen? Don't I have ears and eyes? You flip open your eyes, taking care to lie still. You see your belongings lying a short distance away in the dirt. Around you, you hear patter tiny feet, and a few more feet hover a few inches in the air above the ground. Elvins, then. Let's wait. Let's try to get a little more information. The guard, noticing you are awake, leans out of the doorway and calls sharply. Soon a small crowd has gathered around you. What weird-looking people. One of the group, some kind of leader, steps forward. Traveler, he declares. We are creatures of pleasure and enjoyment. It is such a great pleasure to have a visitor in our poor hamlet. So I ask now, how will you entertain us here? Ah, the spell, but I don't have a flute. That's a problem. If I show the magic, I'm gonna lose stamina. So, and I don't want to kill them all. That seems like a bad plan. So let's go ahead and sing. Okay, well, that's great. Yeah, I will sing for you. The elder frowns deeply. You most certainly will not. Your voice is like a dog's growl to our ears. And let me show you my magic. Ask them to untie my hands first. Very good, but I cannot weave a spell with my hands tied. The elven considers this for a moment and quickly decides. One approaches with a knife and holds it close to your face for a few seconds. Then he laughs, rolls you over roughly, and cuts the rope around your wrists. Let's perform a spell. I really wish I could cast Jig. That would be so much fun right now. Just to do that. Okay, we've got so many options. What's K? Kid creates illusions, but I don't have a bracelet of bone. So that won't work, right? Okay. G, O, B. No. G. Oh, now we're doing D. D, U, D. Illusion of treasure. That might be good. Distract him while I run off. S, I, 6. Clone the caster. Oh, that actually would be good because then I can get out of here. Let's do that. You raise the spell, not on yourself, but over the chief elven himself. The others in the crowd stand agog as he suddenly splits and duplicates into 6 copies. The leader laughs, in fact all 6 do together, and the sight is strange and exciting. Soon all the elven are laughing, and the leader and his replicas hold out their hands to shake with their comrades. 5 elven grasp at them air. After a few minutes the spell wears off. An excellent performance, the chief declares. Thank you. But we have kept you from your road. The chief waves to his tribespeople to clear the route to the door, and the little creatures cheer. You gather up your belongings, and they set you on the path out of the village. Okay, but why did they kidnap me? But, why? If they, why? And they hurt, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and wander on my merry way and never think about them again. Waving back to the elven as you walk, you reach the river once more, but now the path goes across it. Beyond you, you can see a long, wide track with trees lining the left-hand edge and a wide field of long grass on the right. In the far distance, a curl of smoke indicates a village. The evening is beginning to draw in. It would be good to reach town before the light is gone. Let's test the bridge. Before crossing, you make sure to test the guy ropes of the bridge to ensure it's sound. But it seems safe enough. Satisfied, you make your way across the boards. In the middle of the bridge, of course, there's a troll. A man stops you. Halt, he declares. This is my bridge, and to cross you must pay a toll. How much? 1 gold piece. Okay. I clearly have gold. I don't really... I got gold from finding that snake, so I don't feel too bad to pay the toll. And you put 1 gold piece into his hand. The man touches his forehead with the gold and thanks. And with that he strides away, whistling. You head off the bridge and back onto the path, none the wiser. You still have a long way to travel today. Now it is possible that that was just a scam. But at the same time, I don't feel like fighting another person right now. I'd rather get some health back before I have to do that. So, we'll go ahead and travel. The path continues along the side of a line of trees. Suddenly an acorn lands on your head and you hear a tittering from overhead. The dolphin grants you strength. Ah, more elven in the tree hurling acorns. Well, that's... I don't like you. What spells do I have? How can I screw with you? Okay, W-O-K. A shield. I could make it dark, but that wouldn't help me either. I could make a force field. I could just electrocute them. What's this? Ooh, teleportation? That's cool. I want to do that sometime. Ah, man, none of these are really good options. So I've got force field, I've got, what was W? Right, shield. I don't need a shield. The force field would probably be better, but that's 1 stamina. And then I've got zap. I can make it dark. I can... let's... threaten them or walk on by. Well, you're throwing acorns at me. I'm gonna... Oh, it's so tempting to threaten them right now. It is so tempting to threaten them. It is too tempting. Hurling abuse up into the tree only earns you more of a pelting. Yeah, okay. Yep. Alright, well, we're in a fight now. This is a little too irritating. Okay. Well, there's only one way to deal with your kind. Okay, on second... That was a little evil. That was a little evil. You cast the spell and fire lightning bolts up into the trees. The limb on which you elvens sit rends an enormous explosion and the trees burst into flames. You break quickly into a run. See, this is one of those times when... Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna try this one more time. Let's just gotta see what happens if I try to walk on by. Ooh, you hit me twice and you do 2 damage? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, now I don't. Now I'm not. Sorry. But I'll still be, I guess, a reasonable person. Does this take the same amount of stamina just straight up just killing them? Yeah. Ooh, what if I summon darkness and then they can't hit me? I also couldn't see. But let's try that. You cast the spell and a thin fog arises from your body, but it is pulled easily away by the wind. You are pelted. Gosh darn it. Nope. Nope. You know what? This is my lesson. I should have just stuck with my original decision. But now that we've already gone and done all these options, let's just go ahead and do the one that I think is probably correct. If this game wants to work with me. There we go. And let's create a nice force field. You cast the spell, and the hail of acorns ceases instantly. The elven tilt their thin heads in wonderment as the nuts slide down the side of your invisible shield. You move on until the spell wears off, and you are out of reach. Alright, well that was the peaceful route. I still kind of wish I shocked them, but maybe it's good not to destroy and kill people. Maybe. I'll think about it. The sun is now just past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You are worn out almost to the point of physical collapse. You need food and rest and no more trouble. Today has been too punishing already. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night sleeping out in the open would be best avoided. But then you see a small village set into the hill. Let's look at it first. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set with stone at their bases and thatched roofs of grasses and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just the one street running through the center of town. But it is as though this place, once rich, has had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings, and on the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. I need the rest. We're gonna go right on into the village. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothes. They nod back respectfully. Let's look at the people. Their own attire is rough by comparison to your gear. They wear their hair long but piled up on their heads. These people are ghastly poor. The village is like a ghost town, here on the knife edge of the backlands. Let's go ahead and end it here. You stop a passerby and ask for an inn, and they lead you there directly. The woman who runs the place stands in the door with her arms folded. Are you from the king? She demands. That question seems... I'm gonna be honest, but they might hate... No, they're poor. I'm a mere traveler. Only guests stay, and any guests... The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in Christianity. Only guests stay, and any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold pieces to host a traveler overnight and 2 to feed them, but it's all between friends. That's 5 gold. That's a lot of gold. It's a lot of gold. It's a lot of gold. I have regrets. I have a lot of regrets. The cover of the forest is dark, and the ground is thick with fallen branches, mud, and briar. You walk for nearly an hour or more, and then you pass a large tree atop a great fist of curling roots. It is the perfect spot to sleep. You have to eat. This is going so badly. So badly. Gratefully, you open your pack. Well, we're gonna fight him. You feel much better and more ready for the long watches of the night. You settle down to sleep. It will not be an uninterrupted night out here under the stars surrounded by beasts, but you will feel a little better for it. Halfway through the night, you wake suddenly. A roach pig. A roach pig. A freaking roach pig has sunk its teeth into your leg and is quietly sucking at your blood. Oh, this one has like no stamina, but a lot of a lot of health. Okay. Can easily overpower it. The pig gnashes its teeth as though hoping you will simply leave it to its meal. But that would be foolish. You stab for its throat, the pig charges forward, tusks leveled for your heart, and then runs directly onto your sword. This roach pig staggers as you're wounded. Then its shell distends. It's about to do something, but what? So is it going to guard or is it going to attack is the question. I think it's going to attack. It guarded. But I still got 1 damage, but that was not good. You batter the roach pig back, cutting it down, but most of the blow bounces off its chitinous shell. It grunts, but it is built to survive the impact of collapsing trees. It feels nothing from your blow. Oh, it's pawing the ground. That's gonna be, it's gonna attack full force now. Yeah, that's about as hard as it can go. You best the roach pig again, slicing into its hide as it charges for you head low and tusks bared. The creature dives itself onto your blade. The pig whines pathetically. It drops its head low. You better not be messing with me. You better not be messing. Alright, there we go. Hey, we killed a roach pig. You make another excellent stroke, slicing across the creature's face. The creature squeals so loud you think your ears will burst, and then it falls back, hitting the earth with its hard shell and raising dust. It is, quite suddenly, quite dead. The trees fall silent once more. No stamina lost, flawless fighting. You carry the carcass a short way away from your camp so that you will not be overrun by rats and ants. Then, wiping your blade on the grass, you settle back down and try to go to sleep. Your dreams are vivid. You feel yourself tied up, surrounded by snickering faces. Thin creatures with long fingers are picking at your pockets and the stitching of your clothing. You feel magic boiling inside of you, but it cannot be released. Meanwhile, the food in your bag is rotting, wet from the sweat of your back. And in the distance, a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of your hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other, he beckons you forward, as if into a trap. So, we're going to go ahead and end it right there. A lot has happened this episode. We've made some decisions, some of them bad, some of them better. We've tried not to anger people as much as possible, and in so doing, we have the dolphin. Still... We are in a bad shape. We have a little over half our stamina, and we have no rations left. We are going to need to get food, and soon, or this is going to start going downhill very quickly. You could argue it's already gone downhill. But that's it for this crazy episode. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all soar high and enjoy your ride of life, and have a great day. Bye!